Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Gibbs Gymnasium. I am Michael Harple here along with Michael Brown. Tommy Raines producing, Justin Brazel with the stats, and behind us, Skylar Morris with the camera. We're here to bring you live coverage of Regis Jesuit against Chaparral boys basketball game. This is the game of the season for the Raiders. Number 1 against number 2, Chaparral. Number 1, Raiders number 2 coming off the win against Highlands Ranch at home. A huge upset and against the undefeated Highlands Ranch, and now Raiders in second spot in the rankings, and they're looking to upset number 1 now and make a jump to the first. Michael, what do you have for us tonight?
I'm hoping the Raiders can use all their momentum they got, upset Highlands Ranch, as Michael was saying. They kind of outplayed them throughout the entire game, and, now you got the 1 and 2 here at Gibbs, and this place is just packed. I thought Ranch was pretty full, but, it's standing room only here, folks.
This place is packed to the I'm not even gonna say it. It's back to the ceiling here. All right. They cut off entrance around 6:30 because we have so many kids here, so many parents too. A lot of parents were left out. I'm sure maybe some of you parents went home. I'm sure they might also be streaming this in Tradition Hall. So if you're with us for the game, it's gonna be a great one, folks. I'm really excited. Michael, what do you expect to see tonight? We had an incredible JV game. Why don't you tell us about that?
I think the varsity game will be similar to that. The JV game went down to the wire. Shap hit a big buzzer beater to send that into overtime. He actually banked a 3, and unfortunately the Raiders lost in overtime by several points. But Shap's coming in with that momentum of their JV win, so that's going to be interesting here for a pretty sizable crowd for Chaparral.
Yeah, that's for sure. All right, well, we're starting to get the tip. Looks like French is going to take it for the Raiders. And for Chaparral, we have Will Kaiser. This place is packed to the roof. We have the Raiders student section is huge, same as Chaparral. I'm sure that'll come into play tonight. We'll see how that affects the play of either team. All right, here comes the tip. French goes up. And ball's tipped right into Sampson's hand. He saves it into Perkins, and that's an incredible way to start off the game. They get it to Dickey. Dickey takes a three-pointer and buries it. Scott Dickey buries the 3 to start it off for the Raiders.
What a great shot by Scott. There was no hesitation there, Michael. He just let that fly.
7:40 left to go in the first, 20 seconds gone, and Raiders up by 3 already. Drive in the lane by Malone. He'll go off the backboard, but a rebound there by Sampson. Long pass to Dickey. Dickey thinks about the 3, gets it to Garbrick in the corner. Garbrick for a 3, that's an air ball. Rebound underneath. Sampson was fighting for it, but it'll go to the Wolverines.
2 very good shots by the Raiders so here in the early beginnings. Let's see what Chaparral can do with this next possession.
I remember this game 2 years ago. That was when Michael Clark threw up the oop to Bud Thomas. Those are the games you don't forget. Calvert gets it in the corner to Kaiser. He'll shoot a 3 off the side of the backboard.
Yeah, I'm not too sure Chaparral was looking for that one, Michael.
Perkins to Garbrick in the corner, and now up to Dickey. Dickey crossing over here, hands off to Perkins. Raiders sophomore point guard. He shoots a long 3-pointer, and Josh Perkins takes another 3. Berries for him. Puts the Raiders up 6-zip already. Reminds me of Highlands Ranch, Michael. Calvert takes it in the lane, gets it to Kaiser, and Kaiser will bank that one off the backboard, the big man for Chaparral. Perkins rushes it down the court for the Raiders. Moves it left to Dickey, and the Raiders will look to set something up here. French has it on the outside, bounces it into Sampson. Sampson goes up with it, awkward angle, and that's knocked out of bounds by the Raiders. It'll go to the Wolverines.
Yeah, tough shot by Tanner there. He might not be the biggest guy. He's got some long arms, but difficult shot. Tried to pull a Kobe, Michael, and shoot it over the backboard there.
Those are the shots you break out during a game of horse. 6:15 left to go in the first quarter. Calvert with it on the left side. He actually went to Regis for a few days freshman year, but decided to transfer out to Chaparral. Malone with it up top. Now back to Calvert. Raiders looks like they're in a zone defense. Calvert drives on the right side, and a blocking foul there on the Raiders.
I think he might have gotten away with a walk there, Michael. I'm not sure how many steps he took. I know the student section of ours isn't too happy with that call.
Calvert inbounding for Chaparral. Excuse me, I'm a little congested. Brought a box of Kleenexes to the game tonight. I'll have to blow my nose at quarter. It's tough, Michael. Working serves projects. How were those for you?
They're good. I actually couldn't go because of a medical condition. I have a concussion. So,
we'll get into that later. Anyways, Calvert gets the pass out the inbound, gets it back, and 6-3 for the Wolverines. Raiders up 6-5 now as they're cutting the lead. Dickey with it out, moves it left to Perkins. Perkins gets a pick from French, takes a three-pointer. That's off the mark, and a rebound there by Kaiser. Almost a turnover there by Chaparral, and now Malone has it. He moves it left side. That's to Adams. Adams with a three. And that barely hits the net as that one rolled right in.
You know, Adams is one of their premier players. You got to guard him outside the arc. I mean, he'll knock that down, 9 out of 10 times. He's a very, very good shooter.
Chaparral takes the lead 8-6 as Sampson pulls up now at a fadeaway. That's off the front of the rim. 5:15 left to go in the first. Calvert pulls up for a long three in transition. Michael, how in the world did he make that? He's
feeling that, Michael. I think it's going to be between him and Tanner. I mean, you see them matched up on defense. I think there's a lot of talking between the two. I mean, they're probably going to try to put up each other's face.
We'll have to see what happens. Perkins here with the ball. Working on Malone as he'll cross over, go underneath, but that's knocked out of bounds. It'll stay with the Raiders, though. We're going to have to see some more offensive production out of Tanner, like you were saying before. He didn't have too many points in the last game. He needs to step up big tonight. Garbrick gets the inbound in the corner. He'll pull up, takes a two. That rolls in for Garbrick. Nice job there.
Good shot by Garbrick, coming off a huge game against Ranch. I think that was a career high of, maybe 28 points that game, so very good shot by Garbrick.
Calvert with it now for Chaparral. He'll pull up again for a long two and bury that. Calvert connecting on every shot he has taken so far. Garbrick with it, gets it to Perkins and out of Sampson. Back to Dickey as they look to call play here. Perkins with it on the left side, gets a pass, and that's stolen away there by Calvert. Perkins telegraphed that one. Calvert brings it down the left side, spins, passes it over to Adams. He's with a three now. Rebound underneath by French, boxing out the big man, Kaiser. Perkins taking it down now, crosses over. That's tipped out, gets his own rebound. Now that's moved up, and Adams looks like Dickey tried to take that. Adams fouled there by Dickey. Raiders can't turn that one over, Michael.
Yeah, Chaparral's a tough team, Michael. I mean, they're kind of, in your grill, all four quarters type of team. And Raiders, they got to show how tough they are. Very strong game against Ranch. They force a lot of turnovers, but, Regis is going to have to be, very strong with the ball and limit those turnovers to Chaparral.
That's for sure. All right, well, Malone hands off, and now they move it to Calvert on the left side. Ball now with Malone, and now to Adams. It's like a little miscommunication there near the Raiders student section. He jumps up, takes a long three. That's in and out there, and a foul on Parsons. Another one of the big men for Shap. This team kind of reminds me of the Raiders. They're all guards, really, except maybe one or two.
They're a very high-tempo, very strong shooting team, and I think they complement each other very well. I mean, Tanner Sampson and Calvert, they're two star players, and there's some serious talent in the gym tonight, Michael.
Oh, yeah, that's for sure. Perkins taking it up for the Raiders. Chaparral in a man-to-man defense. That's what's different about each team tonight. Sampson with it up top, moves it left side to Perkins. 3:20 left to go as Perkins takes it, and a foul called there on Chaparral.
I think Perkins might be a little too quick for Adams. I mean, Adams is a very quick guard, but I tell you, Perkins got that hesitation. It fools everybody.
There aren't many faster than Perkins wherever you are. Garbrick gets the inbound in the corner, shoots a three. That's rebounded by Calvert, though, off the mark from the corner. Quick pass up the court to Elliott. Now ball over on the left side to Adams. He drives in the lane, bounces it back for Chaparral. Looks like Elliott will recover that one before it rolled back court. Calvert with it up top. Calvert moves it right side to Parsons. Now over in the corner to Elliott. Elliott thinks about the three, gets it back to Malone, and now out to Adams. Adams with a three-pointer, and he'll bury now. Chaparral lighting up the three-point line.
Calvert and Adams, they've taken every shot for Chaparral except a layup here. They should be easier to guard. Contain the two of them, and Raiders should do a better job on defense.
Maybe a man-to-man defense is something we'll see as a switch from Coach Shaw. Sampson with it now, gets it to Garbrick. He'll go in the lane, reverse layup for Ryan Garbrick. Man, that was something.
That was a smart move by Ryan, realizing, he's undersized and he'll probably get that blocked. Great reverse by Garbrick.
Chaparral up by 6, 2:15 left to go as Calvert takes another three over Dickey and O'Barry. It's hard to stop him, looking like the Raiders. Malone steals that ball away. Chaparral recover it. Perkins steals it back. Perkins left alone on the three-point line, drives inside, will go up, and a blocking foul there. You can count that.
Smart move by Perkins. I mean, he recognized the gap, and, he cut straight line to the basket like the coaches want to teach you. But I'll tell you, Perkins has that natural talent that, you find every once in a while, much like, Bud Thomas, other guy, a lot of Regis greats that we've had.
Mitch Parsons tried to take that charge. Didn't set his feet, though. Looks like he was still leaning one way or another. Salem checking in for Garbrick here. Chaparral still up 19-12. Perkins with one from the charity stripe to complete the three-point play. He'll make his first and cuts the lead back to 6. Calvert with it again. I'd watch him. I feel like he's going to be taking a shot here. He crosses over, picks up his dribble. It's stripped away. Malone will pick up the loose ball back to Calvert on the corner. Calvert cross-court pass to Adams. Adams drives, will go up for the reverse, and that was some quick movement there. So he got the reverse layup. Sampson with it on the right side. He'll go up and bury that. That was a leader, let me tell you what.
I tell you, there's some serious shots going on right now. I think you got, Perkins and Sampson, Calvert and Adams. I mean, it's pretty much they're playing against each other. I mean, you can forget about everyone else in the gym. They're having a show of their own tonight.
Sampson, wow, that was a shot if I've ever seen one. He was about 12 feet away. He just threw it up with the right hand, was trying to get the two shots, and that went in. That was a line drive, too.
That was, Michael. I'm not sure if Calvert's in foul trouble here. He might have picked up two quick ones in the first quarter, but
I'm sure that's something the Raiders would like to see. I'm sure Perkins will be driving at him at the rest of the game, too.
That's his first foul, actually. But, yeah, I mean, if the Raiders can look to get him in foul trouble, I mean, he'll probably be the leading scorer throughout the rest of the game.
Sampson knocks down the second, cuts the lead to 5. Wolverines up 21-16, 1:30 left to go in the game. Adams takes it around, goes left side. That's off the mark there from Kaus. Now Sampson has it. He'll move it over to Dickey and now up to Perkins, guarded closely by Adams. Ball left side with French now as he'll drive in the lane and go up with the left hand. Michael French drawing the double team there, but splitting it anyways.
Great drive by French. He doesn't score a lot, Michael, but great drive nonetheless.
Adams moves it right side to Calvert. Michael French more of a facilitator for offense anyways. Calvert takes a long three. That's an airbound, but Perkins will save the rebound. Now up to Dickey. He'll pump, go up, bank that. French with the board and the putback. Can't go. French with it again. A foul call. Looks like that one will be on the Raiders.
I think Frenchie kicking himself there. He should have made that easy putback, but, you got your emotions flowing. You got the adrenaline. Some of those 2-foot shots are sometimes the hardest to make.
We will see you see a lot of those. A lot of that by Michael French. He's always in the paint, always getting those boards, fighting for the rebounds. That's Michael French for you. 40 seconds left to go in the first quarter. Raiders cut the lead to 3, 21-18. Calvert hands off to Adams. He crosses over, draws a double team. The Raiders are back now. It looks like they're in a trap zone defense. Adams hands back off to Malone. Salem steals it away and gets it to Perkins. Perkins brings it down. Malone falls over. Perkins takes it out for a three-pointer and buries from Josh Perkins. That was incredible. He made him fall over, took it out, and buried a three. That ties the game at 21.
What a shot by the young Perkins. I tell you, he's playing above his ability level tonight.
Calvert takes it inside. He'll go up. Rebound by French. 0 seconds left. Sampson throws up a prayer. But that'll do it here for the first quarter. Raiders come back. Down by as much as 8 at one point. They'll make it 21-21. Michael, how do you like that?
I tell you, what a quarter. I mean, that flew by. And we saw shots from, 5 feet beyond the arc. We've seen everything this quarter. It's going to be a very exciting, high-tempo basketball game. I tell you, don't go anywhere. This one's going to be a barn burner.
Oh, yeah, that's for sure. We'll see some offense in this game. Maybe have to use that triple-digit scoreboard sign that we haven't really got there this year, but I'd love to see it up there.
It's there.
It's definitely there. Yeah. Oh, man, that was something. Well, Justin, why don't you give us a little stat update as far as leading scores, both teams.
All right, well, the leading scorer for Regis is Josh Perkins with that 3, putting him at 9 points. Tanner Sampson has 3 points, but the thing about the Regis Raiders is now all the starters have scored at least tonight, which is really good. On the other side, though, Calvert is really hitting from the three-point line, 3 for 3 with 9 points. So we'll have to watch that the second quarter.
Yeah, I agree. Well, second quarter goes. All right, Calvert has it now. That's Adams. Adams has it now for Shapp. He'll bring it right side and pull up from the elbow. That's an air ball there. That'll roll out of bounds. Thinking he was Jimmer Fredette, I guess, Michael.
I tell you, Chaparral, the two guards are taking a lot of, I'd say, careless shots. I mean, they made a lot of them in the first quarter, but as a coach, I'm not sure if you want that to be, your principal offense. Like Justin said, Raiders, all 5 starters scoring, so a very good start for the Raiders, even though the score is just tied.
Perkins with it for the Raiders, now to Sampson. Sampson steps up, takes a 3, and buries from Tanner Sampson. Raiders take the lead 24-21 since the first few baskets of the game. Looks like we got the momentum. Calvert with it now. He bounces left to Adams. Adams up top to Malone. We haven't seen that much offense from him. Now over to Parsons. Parsons to Calvert, now inside in the block to Malone. He'll go around and lay that one in. Contact in the paint there. 7 minutes left to go. Raiders up by 1. That's in the first half. Sampson takes another 3. In and out. French with the board underneath. French turns, spins with the right hand. That's in and out. Tip in. Rebound by Perkins. Goes up, and a foul called there.
This all started with a great rebound by Michael French. He's going to continue to fight for those, and hopefully he can knock those in. Very kind of kicking himself again for missing that. But, great rebound by Michael French and keeping the Raiders' possession alive.
Excuse me for being sick here. I'm getting a lot of coughing and choking over here in the mics. Perkins knocks down the first. French checking out of the game. That's 10 for Perkins. Michael French just telling me he got an offer, I guess. Or he's getting looked at by the University of Puget Sound. So shout out to the coach. I believe he's listening tonight. So thank you very much. All right, Adams with it again for Shapp. 6:40. He moves it left side to Malone. Malone up top to Elliott. Now inside, cutting in the lane is Calvert. And he'll put that one up with the right hand. 25s now at Guy Gibbs Gymnasium. Perkins with it on the right side. Now up to Mosley, and now over to Sampson. Mosley throws a pick. Sampson throws a 3. Off the mark, rebound by Parsons. Adams has it now for the Wolverines. He's pushing it down the lane, goes up. And an offensive foul there. He destroyed Tanner Sampson in the paint. Great job there setting the feet by Sampson, taking that foul.
Like Michael, Adams is out of control. You can't just kind of barrel down the lane like that expecting to get a call when you didn't really have a clear shot. But I'm telling you, so far, Raiders and Chaparral, they seem identical teams. Taking long threes, that's what you see Tanner Sampson doing, same with Chaparral. So, it's like watching the Raiders scrimmage each other right now.
Yeah. All right, well, Perkins moves it right side to Garbrick, and now back to Sampson. Sampson to Salem on the left side. He'll get something going for the Raiders, and now to Perkins. Perkins cross-court pass to Garbrick in the corner. Garbrick with a 3. That's off the mark. Mosley was fighting for it underneath, but Parsons will recover the rebound. Calvert with it now for the Wolverines. Moves it left side to Elliott. Elliott takes a wide-open 3, and that's the first basket tonight from Reese Elliott. Was talking to his grandparents earlier tonight. They came in from Arizona. Chaparral fans, I guess. All right. Chaparral takes the lead now, 28-25. Sampson on the right side, now over to Perkins. Perkins with a 3. And
oh, my God.
From Josh Perkins, 3 steps
that
behind
was deep,
the
Michael.
three-point line. That was deep. Calvert with it, brings it down fast for Shapp. It goes off the backboard, and a rebound there. Looks like that'll go to the Raiders' way.
Chaparral not pleased with several of the calls so far, and I do have to say a couple of them are questionable, Michael. I mean, they seem to.
Was that a foul call? Or
I think it was just out of bounds. I mean, but you look at the foul count. I mean, only 3 on us and 6 on Chaparral, so a little bit of a discrepancy. But
kind of like the JV game. That was 3-10. Oh man. Mosley moves it left side. Perkins, same spot, same result. As he makes that 3 count again. Perkins with 16 tonight.
Perkins is
17.
He's just unconscious right now, Michael. I mean, he's hitting everything.
I'd keep giving him the ball.
I would too. I mean, I think, Coach Shaw likes to draw up, also a lot of offensive plays, kind of keep the offense organized to what extent, except on the fast break. But so far tonight, I just said let the offense play through Perkins. I mean, he seems to be taking a command and lead right now in both in points and just dominating the game.
Perkins 4 for 4 from 3-point land tonight. If you never miss, why would you stop taking threes? I think that's what Josh is thinking right now.
Yeah, they're not guarding him. They're kind of playing the drive. And that's why Josh Perkins is such a talented point guard. I mean, he can shoot that. Not many guards can do that and have the quickness and change of directions that Perkins has. I mean, he's a really multi-dimensional player that the Raiders have, and I think Coach Shaw, I don't see him taking out Perkins anytime soon.
Yeah, last year when Perkins was a freshman, so, I mean, he was very, very young and kind of inexperienced in the Raiders offense. He was really much more of a facilitator, a passer, a ball handler, but now he's pretty much the whole package. He can shoot, rebound, pass, and do it all. All right, Calvert with it again. He'll move it right side now to Adams. Those 2 guards really interchangeable. They look the same, too. Malone with it now to Adams. He thinks about it from the same spot to Calvert in the corner. And Calvert are burying.
Raiders got to realize I'd let other Chaparral players shoot that open 3, but not Calvert. I mean, he's hitting all of them tonight.
Perkins to Sampson, and now back to Perkins from the same spot. Let's see if he thinks about it again. Back to Perkins. 4:15 left to go in the first half. Sampson with it on the left side, and now over to Salem. Salem gets the ball knocked away, but that'll stay with the Raiders. Look, he reached around there and knocked that one away.
Yeah, that's a corny basketball foul. I've never been a fan of that. You get beat on defense, so you just reach around and knock the ball out. I mean, if I was the coach, I would not want my players to be doing that.
Garbrick in the corner. He'll take a 3. That's off the mark. But a foul there on Salem, I guess, came falling down. He didn't agree with that call, but what can you do?
I mean, they were both so high in the ground. I mean, when you're in the air, you don't have a whole lot of control in your body, but you like the aggressive play from Easton. He comes out every night and does that, and Coach Shaw uses his aggressiveness on the offensive boards to the full extent that he can.
Tied at 31 here. 4 minutes left to go in the first half. Calvert with it now. He takes it right side. Looks like a little isolation play here. Now moves it to Elliott. Back to Calvert. Looking for Kaiser down low in the post, but they're not giving him anything down there. That's Salem playing the defense as Kaiser spins and goes right over Salem. Looks like he knocked him down there. Kaiser puts the Wolverines up 33-31. Perkins now to Dickey, now over to Perkins. A long 3 for Perkins. Air ball there. But looks like that'll go Chaparral's way.
He just missed that by, a couple inches, and he would have hit that. I mean, I like the confidence from your young point guard. I mean, you want him to be shooting with confidence, not just heaving it up there. So
that's his first missed 3 of the night.
Exactly, and so it might be an air ball, but it's still a great sign that Perkins has come to play tonight.
Malone moves it right side to Calvert. Calvert cross-court pass to Adams. Adams takes a 3-pointer now. That's in and out. Perkins gets the board, pushes it for the Raiders. He'll move it into the corner to Garbrick again. Garbrick thinks about the 3, gets the screen from French. That's off the backboard. Looks like he was trying to bank it in. Adams with it again for Schaap. He'll get it in the lane to Kaiser. And a blocking foul there on the Raiders. He barely touched him.
Time and time again, Adams is just out of control, barreling down the court. Very talented point guard, but nonetheless, it's not the poise and control that Perkins has, and the refs are just giving him these calls.
Yeah. Oh, man. Inbound pass to Elliott in the block. They get it out to Malone. Malone with a 3-pointer, and he'll bury. Again, this team very similar to the Raiders. Everyone can shoot the three, and they're a fast-paced team. They play the zone. 2:39 left to go in the first half. French has it, moves it to Dickey. Dickey pumps the three, gets it into Sampson, goes up. Oh, was looking for the three-point play, but he'll get two from the line.
You know, Raiders work in the zone very well. You know, Michael French, you know, flash into the middle, hoping to kind of dissect the zone, get some more passing opportunities. You know, Scott Dickey almost had an open three, but, you know, Michael French, you know, you can obviously tell he's well coached because, you know, he knows exactly what to do, and he can turn around and he can knock down that 15-foot jump shot. And, you know, the Raiders, I think they're going to look for Frenchie to maybe get some points tonight.
Sampson knocks down the first. 2:33 left to go in the first half. Sampson hits the second. That'll make it 7 on the night for him. Inbound pass here for Schaap. Schaap, baseball throwing it down. Looks like a foul on Garbrek, trying to get in position defensively. Ryan not happy about that call.
Yeah, I think that's 3 on Garbrek. Not a good sign for the Raiders.
I could see this game going into overtime, so you definitely want to watch those fouls.
You know, this game's going to be a game of runs, Michael. I mean, you know, Regis was up by several points. Now Schaap's up by several points, and I think it's just going to be a back and forth, and, you know, we're just going to be in for a long night.
I think what'll come down to it, though, is the Wolverines have only subbed out one player. That's Kaiser the entire first half. And a foul there by Adams, offensive foul. Kaiser tried to dunk, and he missed that one. Oh, boy. I mean, one thing we've been seeing, really, I don't think they haven't subbed out at all. They're going to start to get tired, Michael.
They're taking Adams out. That's his 3rd foul and 3 offensive fouls. He's a very, you know, kind of.
He's all over the place.
He's all over the place. Yeah, that's a good way to put it. But, yeah, he's got 3 fouls. Big problem for Chaparral here.
Again, that's 6th man checking in. The only player to come off the bench for the Wolverines, that's Parsons. Dickey with it on the left side, now to Perkins. A no-look pass to Sampson in the lane. Sampson goes up, hard contact, no foul. Perkins with it now. He gets it to Calvert. Calvert bringing it down. 2 minutes left to go in the first half. He'll spin, and a travel called there. Raiders getting all the momentum now. They're down by 1, but they're coming back.
Chaparral telling each other to calm each other down. They're kind of being, you know, a couple turnovers here in the last possessions. You know, very, very similar basketball teams. I know we keep saying that time and time again, but they like to push it. They're not very deep, probably 6 or 7 players deep. And, you know, let's see if Raiders can get a go-ahead lead here.
Perkins bringing it up for the Raiders now. 1:54 left to go in the first half as Dickey gets it into French. Now to Sampson on the left side. French with a pick. Sampson with a 3. Foul, and he buries it.
Oh, did you say 4-point play?
That's a 3rd I think we've seen from the Raiders this year, something that barely ever happens in basketball. The Raiders are so good at shooting the 3, you can punch them in the face and they'll still sink it. That puts the Raiders up by 3 as Sampson with a clutch 4-point play before the half. That's 16 for him tonight. As Malone has it, moves it right side to Elliott, and now back to Malone. Malone pumps the pass over to Calvert. Calvert takes it all the way around, back to the free throw line, now in the corner to Elliott. Elliott to Calvert, now back to Elliott. He'll shoot a 3-pointer now. That rolls in for Reese Elliott, his 2nd 3 of the night. Tied at 39 now, 1:15 left to go. Perkins crosses over, drives up, floats it in.
I mean, great body control. I mean, there's a big shot blocker from Schaap coming in to eat that up, and Perkins just kind of floated around him.
Kaiser was going for the block, and Perkins going around as Dickey steals it away. Malone catching up as Dickey will go up with the layup, and Raiders don't miss transition layups, that's for sure.
It's great hands by Scott Dickey. You know, he always has his hands in the passing lane.
That was a big basket. Raiders go up by 4 now. 45 seconds left to go in the first half. If I was Schaap, I'd start slowing this thing down. Malone with it, now left side to Elliott. Elliott to Kaiser, and that's knocked away by Salem. He's just playing with him now. Salem to Calvert. He'll take it all the way around in the lane to Dickey. Can't let him get in the paint like that. Calvert with another one. That makes it 10 for him tonight.
You know, he's tough to double team. I'm not sure if that's a good strategy for the Raiders. You know, he'll go right around you.
Excuse me, that's 18 for Calvert. He's scoring a lot more than I thought he was. Raiders keeping it, 10 seconds left to go here. Perkins working the isolation with Malone. He might want to get going. 7, 6, 5. Perkins losing his footing. Malone steals it away. 2 seconds, 1. He'll go up with it and roll it in. That's pretty big momentum going into the half. That'll tie it.
Yeah, I'm not
43-43.
I'm not sure if Perkins wanted to. I think he was trying to set up a hesitation to get a top of the key three. Obviously didn't go the way he planned, but
I don't know what he was doing.
We got a tie ball game, 43 all. It's gonna be a high scoring game, Michael. I mean, we've seen, you know, threes from everywhere. This
has been the best game of the season so far. All right, well, we're gonna take a quick break here and be back for the halftime show. So stay tuned. And we're back here at Guy Gibbs Gymnasium for the halftime show. Michael, what have you thought of the first half?
I'd say 43 points each for in a high school game, Michael. I mean, they're going to break 80 tonight easily. I don't see either offense slowing down anytime soon. I mean, it's not like they're playing bad defense by any means. They're just hitting the crazy shots. I mean, Josh Perkins was unconscious in the first half. Same with Chaparral. I mean, I haven't seen such high-powered offenses kind of, you know, bared out each other for tonight, and I tell you, the stat sheet's just exploding.
Yeah, I agree, Michael. You know, it's been a high-flying first half. Like you said, this one's turned into a barn burner. That's for sure. Justin, you got anything for us as far as stats go, leading scores, anything as far as rebounding or shooting threes goes?
Well, the big battle in this game really is Josh Perkins versus Calvert. I mean, they both have 18 points each, and it's gone back and forth. One scores and the other one scores. So that's going to be the key factor, I think, who's going to bring up with the most points there. Followed by Perkins after 18 with 14 this time is Tanner Sampson, who's done pretty well, but mainly his real big thing tonight was rebounding, which has really helped get those shots.
Yeah, I agree. You know, it's been quite a game so far, that's for sure. I'm sure we've got great things in the second half. Oh man, this is a long halftime, 7 minutes. Michael. Anything you want to add as far as the game goes?
I tell you, Raiders, one thing Justin wanted to touch up on is the fouls. I mean, Chaparral, Adams, he's got 3 fouls, Michael. I mean, you don't want to pick up an early fourth in the third quarter. I mean, I think the coaches might have to tell him to kind of cool his jets down a little bit. Only foul trouble is Ryan Garprek with 3. Frenchie's got 2. It's not a big trouble. Garprek, he's not a really type of, headstrong player as Adams is, but I think one thing to key into is the foul trouble as Chaparral is in. I mean, Adams has been, he's only got 8 points tonight, but he's had a lot of shots. Chaparral would be real shame to lose him, but a great benefit for the Raiders.
Yeah, I agree. Raiders definitely would have loved that lead going into the half, but I guess we'll have to see how they can respond to it being tied. Momentum really neutral, I assume, as they come out from the locker room. All right, well, we got the half-court contest going right now. I'm sure you can see. We'll probably just keep streaming that. We don't really have any music to play. Oh, yeah, hey, let's give the mic to Tommy Raines, huh? Let's see. Tommy, what'd you think of the first half? Why don't you give us a little overview?
I thought the first half went very well for the Raiders. We're seeing a lot of pressing when we're on defense, and at times it left men open. And as I say this, the three-point shot or the half-court shot gets stuck in the basket. That's a rare occurrence.
Don't be too excited, Tommy.
I mean, this is a really close game, and I'm really excited for the second half because, I'd say the outcome of this game will define this year's playoffs.
That's a very bold prediction, but I happen to agree with him.
Yeah, I'm going to stand by that one. I hope it's a Regis Jesuit win.
Yeah, Tommy's a bold kid, all 5'2" of him. But, Tommy, we love him. He's our producer. Tommy, any last words? I haven't really given Tommy a lot of chance to talk on the microphone. So, Tommy, anything else you got to say?
I'd just like to thank my parents, and I'd like to point out that Michael Harpole is just a great announcer tonight, along with Brazel over here and Michael Brown. So I'd like to hand over the mic, and we'll continue with the broadcast.
All right, well, thank you very much, Tommy. Stay tuned, folks. We're going to stream some silence here. It's got some great sound, so stay tuned. We'll be back in 4 minutes and 23 seconds for the start of the second half. Stay tuned, folks. This is RJ Live. And we're back here at Guy Gibbs Gymnasium. Michael, I am ready for a second half. What about you?
I'm ready too, Michael. I mean, it's a lot of points, a lot of scoring, a lot of threes, a lot of cheering. I mean, I like the prediction Tommy said. This game is going to, have a big impact on the playoffs. I do think Chaparral, haven't seen them play all too much, but they have a very talented team.
This is the best team we've played this season. I can confidently say that.
I agree with you.
Arapahoe and Highlands Ranch were nothing compared to the Chaparral team, that's for sure. Perkins with it, moves it right side to Dickey. Back to Perkins. Chaparral still in that zone defense. See how it works out for him. Tied at 43 going in to the second half. Dickey with it, now to Sampson. Sampson in the corner to Perkins. Perkins steps on the line, I believe, and that'll go Chaparral's way.
We'll see the momentum here. Let's see if it'll shift in the second half. First half, a lot of fast breaks, a lot of scoring. And see if the Raiders can change up their defense a little bit to kind of counter that three-point shot that Chaparral's been hitting so far tonight.
Malone bounces it into Elliott and now out to Calvert. Calvert pumps the three, gets to Elliott going baseline, and that's turned over. Garbrick with it, now to Sampson, now to Dickey. Dickey drives, spins out to Sampson. Sampson thinks about the three, steps back, pops, and that rolls around there as Kaiser gets the board. Kaiser gets it up to Calvert. Calvert going around Sampson, stealing the ball away there. Calvert falling down. And how is that a foul on Sampson?
I mean, Sampson was on the ground trying to, I think, kind of get himself up, and they called a foul on him. Good thing, I think that's Tanner's, I think that's his first foul tonight. So, you don't want to see him get any foul trouble.
43-43 here again. No points scored in the first minute of the second half. Inbound pass, that hits the ref. Goes flying onto the scores table, Michael.
We almost got some action. That would have been good.
I saw a drink go flying there and a Nalgene. Looks like the Chaparral managers there had a spill. Coach Shaw toweling off the ball. If you want it done right, you got to do it yourself, I guess. And then that's us on the broadcast, everyone.
The hands of the basketball gods have just touched the ball.
Now we know we're going to win. All right, 7 minutes left here in the third quarter.
Just jinxed it, Michael.
No, if anything, I jinxed it on the way over here. So now I unjinxed it. All right, French gets it to Garbrick on the right side, now to Sampson. Sampson to Perkins beyond the three-point line. He'll get a pick. Chaparral switches as Perkins with it again, crossing over, bouncing into Sampson in the low block. Sampson out to Dickey. Dickey with a three-pointer. That's in and out. There is a foul on Malone. He threw Sampson to the ground. That was outrageous.
Yeah, a little hard foul there. Like I say, this game's going to get a little tough as the clock starts winding down. Slowly but surely, come fourth quarter, both teams are going to have to be tough with the basketball, limit those fouls and turnovers.
Perkins inbounding now for the Raiders. They get it under the hoop. Still no points scored in the first minute, 30 seconds. Garbrick with it. Gets it to Dickey. Dickey pulls up, 15-footer. That's off the front of the rim. French rebounding underneath. Swatted away. Garbrick to Perkins now. Then stolen by Calvert. Chaparral all over the Raiders now as they'll bring it down the court. Perkins knocks it to Sampson, and now up to Dickey. Dickey driving it in. He'll go left side. He goes around. Dickey schooling Calvert there.
I think he's showing everybody the Euro step. I think he took that from Mello a little bit. Great fast break by the Raiders. Good steal by Perkins, hustling back on defense.
7 for Dickey tonight. Calvert inside now to Adams. Adams with a three-pointer. In and out for Adams. Over the back foul. Kaiser didn't like that one.
Getting a little bit chippy, Michael. You're seeing a little elbows kind of getting away. Refs aren't seeing everything, but, that's high school basketball. It's not always the cleanest, but, a little bit of unspoken rivalry between these two schools, I would say. Not so much to the extent of, Regis Mullen, but, there's a little something.
Oh, yeah. Calvert not happy about that call. Really, it's been the battle of the big men underneath. Both teams can shoot, but it's whatever team gets the rebound of the rare ones that are missed. Perkins with it out on the left side. Gets a pick from Sampson. Gets it again, now back to Sampson. Sampson takes a contested three. That's in and out. French bounced it out, but an over-the-back foul called there. French, one of the best. Going into the season, I think it was a lot of people were skeptical about what the big men for the Raiders would be this season, but I've seen better rebounding and better boxing out this season than I have in many of the past seasons, just because they know where to be at the right time.
I agree with you, Michael. I mean, Michael French, a lot of pressure on his shoulders. You know, he's kind of filled the gap, I'd say, perfectly with those offensive boards, and you know, he's a very gifted athlete, and you know, he can grab those beat rebounds. He's a very good tool for Raiders.
Yeah, I mean, Puget Sound, you want him on your team. What can I say? That's simple as that. Rebound underneath by Perkins. Calvert missed the 10-footer. Perkins left side to Dickey. Dickey long two. That's in and out there. Rebound by Adams. He was fighting French for that one, and a foul by Perkins gave him the body.
Like Adams and Perkins, little John. I'm sure they know each other from playing maybe club or AA basketball, but you know, this game's going to get excited as it continues to get close. You know, a couple missed shots by both teams, but
these teams are both incredible, really.
They are.
It's a shame that one has to lose.
I
mean, hopefully it's not us. That would be a bigger shame. But I mean, still, these teams are incredible. As far as high school basketballs go, it's. I mean,
I think Chaparral might have been. You know, I'm not sure what they were ranked prior to, you know, the upset. Actually, I won't even call the upset. I think Regis thoroughly beat them. I mean, Ranch. I think Chaparral looks much more impressive tonight than Ranch did last night. And I'm not sure who Ranch has played so far this season, and the same goes with Chaparral, but Chaparral, very impressive.
You just don't see this kind of three-point shooting in high school. Really, I mean, it's not uncommon, and it's uncommon to have two teams that can do it so well.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Malone with it now for Chaparral. Moves it to Calvert, and now to Elliott. Elliott to Adams on the right side. Looks like he'll get Kaiser up top, and a steal away there by Perkins. Perkins slows down, crosses over. Now to Garbrick on the left side. Garbrick back to Perkins. Perkins takes an off-balance three. Rebound underneath there by French to Dickey, and Dickey will bury that one. That was, I don't want to say sloppy, but I can't believe what just happened.
You know, again, started with Michael French with the tip. I mean, I think he's the key player tonight, keeping the possessions for the Raiders alive with those tips and rebounds.
Frenchie always active underneath the hoop. Ball right side with Calvert now. Who move it? Ball swung left side now to Malone. Malone back to Adams. He thinks about the contested three, takes it. That's in and out. Rebound underneath by Elliott, and now Calvert gets the putback. Great presence there under the hoop for the offensive rebound and putback.
Raiders got to get their guards in there and help rebound. Frenchie can't go up and get them all, Michael.
Sampson takes it around the right side, goes baseline, tried to get it out to Perkins. Goes right to Malone. Looks like that was Adams. Adams puts it in for Chaparral. Now 47-45 here. 3:40 left to go in the third quarter. Perkins has it, loses control, goes around again. You might want to pass that one off. Now up to French up top. This is turning into a barn burner. We're tied at 47, excuse me. Garbrick to French. French thinks about the three, drives in the lane, and out to Perkins. Perkins gets the pick from French. Perkins shoots the long two, gets his own board. He'll go baseline, kick to Garbrick in the corner. Garbrick, three-pointer. That's in and out. Rebound there by Elliott. Elliott will take it up for Chaparral. That looked like a palm to me. And a timeout there called by Chaparral. Michael, what about that ball handling?
I don't know. It seemed like the ball took a little bit of a bounce. I mean, I don't know if basketball's juiced. I don't know, but it looked a little weird.
That was weird. All right, 3 minutes left to go in the third quarter here. Shout out to Joey Tazinski, who's listening, I believe. Coach Shaw told me that, so thanks for getting the alumni listening. That's what this radio station was started for. Kaus has it. He hands off to Calvert, now over to Elliott. Elliott on the right side, back to Calvert. Calvert takes another three and buries from Corey Calvert. That cracks 50 as Chaparral's now up by 3. Garbrick has it, moves it left side to Dickey. Dickey to Sampson. And he'll take a three-pointer now for the Raiders. That's in and out as Elliott snags the board. Elliott to Calvert. Calvert takes another three, same spot, coming up. That's in and out. That was close. Rebound underneath. They're fighting for it. Looks like a foul called on the Raiders.
I'm not sure about that. I know Mosley tried to get up and got the board, got it. The ball kind of slipped out of his hands, and I'm not sure. I'm not sure who 11 is. I mean, he might have been caught in the crossfire of Mosley coming down, but
that's 4 on Garbrick. Ooh.
That's not a good sign for the Raiders.
That's not good. One of the best 3-point shooters coming out of the game now. You want to save him for the fourth quarter. Calvert on the right side. Michael calling the 3-second violation. Ooh. Calvert to go up with him, and Salem. We got a little contact on him.
This is Salem's jungle gym.
Refs conferring about this. They might overturn it.
I'm not sure if you can. I was say you can't. If there was no foul called, you can't call a foul after that. But you can certainly change possession, and that's what they just did. Raiders struggling to get any momentum, both offensively and from the refs here.
Inbound play there to Adams. So they caught them off guard. Calvert getting fired up. Chaparral now up by 5. They're starting to run. 2 minutes left to go in the third quarter. Dickey has it, moves it to French on the right side. French to Sampson from the elbow. Sampson takes it, spins, now to French. French makes Kaiser fall over, and that's off the front of the rim. Oh, I thought French was going to bury there. Calvert with it now. He'll bring it up. Moves it left side to Kaus. Kaus with a 3. And now Dickey has it. Dickey moves it up. Takes it down the right side. Dickey over to French. French operating beyond the 3-point line here. Sampson gets the pass in and knocked over there by Adams. No call. French with it. Trapped on the side. Gets it to Sampson. Sampson back to French in the corner. French pumps the 3. Bounces into Salem. Salem will go up with a left hand. And great job there by the Raiders offense. Spreading around. Josh Adams right now, he's walking down the court. He's exhausted. You can tell the sweat's pouring down his face, but they don't have any subs on their bench. Oh, I'm getting fired up here. All right.
Go down, Michael.
Malone has it. Moves it left side to Kaus now. 56 seconds left to go in the third. Ball into Parsons. Parsons spinning out to Malone. Malone pumps. Back to Kaus. Kaus thinks about the 3. In again to Malone. Malone goes up with the left hand. That was some intricate passing on the inside there to Chaparral.
Simple give and go, Michael. Chaparral's going back to the basics. That's the defense for both teams is starting to get beefed up here as the offenses are finally slowing down.
Sampson has it, passes it to Mosley. Mosley loses control, saves it. And now over to Sampson. Sampson to Dickey. This game's starting to heat up. Dickey's going to hold it. Here, get it for the last possession. Dickey will go right side, and a foul there on Malone. Great call there. That's that lazy reach foul you were talking about, Michael.
Yeah, I mean, the fans behind us yelling at Chaparral for their guards not to foul. I mean, Josh picks up. He's been so far so good. He didn't pick up a quick fourth in the third. Taking him out, I think he's a little shocked, just a little disappointed, but good call by the ref. You don't want one of your star point guards getting in foul trouble. Still the fourth quarter to play.
Inbound pass to Salem and out of Perkins. He's going to let this tick down. Let's see if he can do a little better than he did last time. Perkins drives in the lane. He'll go up for it. That rolls in and out. And again, Parsons will rip that one down. Jump ball, but time will expire. Wow, that's, again, a disappointing end of the quarter from Josh Perkins.
I tell you, Calvert and Tanner Sampson just had a quick stare down at center court following the buzzer. I mean, this fourth quarter is going to get pretty heated up, here tonight, as we start getting I call it the public school cheer. Seems like every public school does this.
It is it's kind of annoying.
This isn't Florida.
The Raiders always love to mock it. It's from Arapahoe to every school. They do the marching cheer. When you go to an all-guys school, it's really, you have to come up with your own cheers. You don't have the cheerleaders. You got the rowdies. Very original group. They've got cheers passed down for years and years. So we love the rowdies here at Regis.
Pretty creative through the years, too.
We'll take a quick break here. You're listening to RJ Live. All right, and we're back here at Guy Gibbs Gymnasium. That's my water, Michael. All right, thank you very much. it'll be interesting to see what the Raiders can do to respond. They're down 5.
The Raiders struggling offensively a little bit, trying to find some rhythm again. Perkins taking one of his only rests in the game, so your offense did slow down with him out. With him back in and Josh out for Chaparral. Let's see what the Raiders can do. I think they're disputing a jump ball called at the end of the quarter, and it was called before the time ticked down. So I do believe it should be Raiders ball.
I agree. All right. Well, also I'd like to shout out to Joey Tazinski again. I know you're listening. Thanks for responding in that chat box there. Here, we'll pull up what you said here. Oh, Thomas is doing great. He's at Boston College. He's got a girlfriend now, so he's doing well up there in Boston. It's a cool place. So, let him know on Facebook, or something. So, everyone else is probably wondering why I'm not talking about the basketball game. So I'll get back to that.
Michael misses him dearly.
Yeah, Thomas, he's a great announcer. Gives me tips. So, all right. Well, Adams with it for Chaparral now to Calvert. 7:50 left to go in the fourth quarter. Starting to get real. Calvert with it, hands it off to Adams. Looks like Chaparral's just going to take their time in this possession. I don't blame him. They move it left side to Malone. And now back to Adams. Really a no rush here, Chaparral. Adams with it. He'll drive in the lane, go up with it. Knocked around there. Kaiser comes flying in. That'll go the Raiders' way. Kaiser, that's German. That's a name, let me tell you what. I've had a lot of names here for broadcasting, but Kaiser might be the best. Perkins gets the inbound. 7:24. Dickey with it to Sampson. Sampson thinks about the three, guarded by Kaiser. Sampson pulls up, buries, falls down. Almost another chance for the 4-point play. That cuts the lead to 2 now. You put Kaiser on Sampson. Sampson's the same size, but he's 2 times faster. He's a guard. Calvert takes it up, and Sampson swats it away. Dickey with it, moving up now for the Raiders. He gets it to Perkins. Perkins thinks about the 3, takes it out now. Raiders getting some movement offensively now. Perkins has it up top. He's calling ISO, I do believe. I'm feeling a 3-pointer. He'll drive in the lane, go up for the finger roll.
That was easy for Perkins. He's much quicker than the defender, and he just kind of hesitated and scooted around him.
That makes it 20 for Perkins tonight as he's banging on all cylinders. Calvert has it on the right side. 6:20 left to go in the game as Salem will knock that one out of bounds for the Raiders.
Raiders finding some spark of life. I think Tanner, with that 3-pointer, kind of got the crowd back into it. Regis student section was a little quiet, but now they're doing the cheers, stomping their feet, giving the much-needed energy to the Raiders.
That ties it at 54 as Adams has it with now for Chaparral, and a reach foul there by Perkins. He got some body there.
He did, but he called it a couple.
It was a little late. I'll be honest.
A little late. Oh, let the boys play.
Let the boys play. Do you smell overtime, Michael? Let's make some predictions right now.
I think this will end at the buzzer. I think it will. I think a clutch 3-point shot. Score's been tight all game. I think there's going to be a buzzer opportunity for one of these two teams.
Kaiser with it in the paint. He'll go up. And an offensive foul there as he bowled over Salem. One thing I do like about Kaiser, I'll give you that. He doesn't argue the foul. He gets up and he hustles down the court. He's a hard-working kid, you can tell, being the only big man on a team like this filled with guards.
Yeah, most Chaparral players, not to say anything bad about the other team, but they give a little bit lip to the refs, as I'm sure there's been some questionable calls. But, great offensive foul by Easton Salem.
Sampson with it now for the Raiders. He'll cross over, get a pick from French. Picks up his dribble now out to French beyond the 3-point line. Back to Sampson as the Raiders will look to get the most out of this possession. 5:45, Sampson drives in the lane, will go up. That one rolls around, rebounded by French underneath. And a foul called on Kaiser.
And Michael French, I want to say now, best game he's had all season. He's had some more games where he's scoring, but I've never seen this type of energy and emotion from Michael French before.
French dropped 24, I believe, against Legend. Was it against Legend?
I think it was against Legend.
What did he have, 6 threes?
It was
ridiculous number.
But tonight we're seeing a different Michael French. Getting those rebounds, he's an animal.
Oh, yeah, that's for sure. Perkins inbounding, gets it to Dickey up top. Dickey hands off to Sampson and underneath to Salem. Salem pumps it. Adams didn't bite. Perkins with it again on the left side. Now to Salem. Excuse me, Sampson. Sampson stolen away there by French, and Salem somehow, Sampson gets it back. Perkins with it now on the left side. Perkins guarded closely by Malone. Perkins working here for the Raiders. He'll pull up for a three. That's in and out, and it bounces in for Perkins.
Oh, yeah.
That one bounced out up to the rafters.
It's sitting right back down. Shooter's touch, Michael. I mean, I don't know how many that is for Perkins tonight.
23.
23.
Yeah, 23.
Wow.
Raiders up 57-54 as that shot puts them up by 3. Chaparral with it now. Calvert up top. 4:45 left to go in the fourth. Calvert takes another 3. Same spot, same distance. Parsons with the key offensive board. He'll do a fadeaway. I don't know what that was. And Calvert gets it. Wow. Should have been offensive goaltending. You're not allowed to touch the rim.
Yeah, you can't touch the rim. Oh, the refs missed a call there. You don't need to watch the NBA to see that one. Missed call by the refs. That was a big 2 points for the Chaparral.
Dickey moves it right side to French and now to Sampson coming off the pick. Boom goes the dynamite and Sampson buries the 3.
Raiders up by 4. I tell you, this gym is getting excited. I mean, we got 4 minutes left, but
Calvert brings it around, spins in the lane, goes flying in, and an offensive foul there. That's a great call. Calvert is out of control, flying into the paint. That's not a shooting foul. That's not on the floor. It's offensive.
Well said, Michael. Well said. You know, him and Adams are just out of control, barreling down the lane. Easton and French just, saying, hey, you know what? Come attack me. I'm gonna fall down.
Perkins with the ball now for the Raiders. He'll take a long 3.
Oh.
That's in and out there. Dickey tried to get the board, and Adams will pull it down. Not a great job there by Perkins. You're up by 4. Let's take some time off the clock. All right, Calvert's got it for the Raiders. He'll move it left side to Elliott. Elliott pushes it to Calvert, and he'll slow it down now for Chaparral. Chaparral's coach takes a timeout. Great call there. Wow. This is starting to heat up. That's Rob Johnson, the head coach for Chaparral.
I tell you, this is a very intense game, as you can tell from the tone of Michael's voice, but I tell you, the players starting to get a little bit tentative as the possessions are starting to be a little bit longer. They don't want to shoot too quickly. You don't want to kind of throw away a possession as in high school. You don't know how many possessions you're gonna have left. As I don't think either team's in foul trouble save Garprek. He has 4 fouls, but Perkins and Sampson kind of taking charge, hitting those big 3s. I think it's going to be a Perkins, Sampson, Adams, Calvert type of show for the remaining 3 minutes or so.
It's good to see Mrs. French down there firing up the Rowdies. It takes a lot of courage from a mom like that. That's Siobhan French, everyone. She's going down there, I guess, giving some words of encouragement to Cooper Cohen. This is the biggest 3 minutes and 37 seconds I've had in a long time.
This is tense. This feels like this is playoff atmosphere.
Oh yeah, that's for sure. Whew, I'm getting all rattled up here. All right, Calvert with it now for the Raiders. For Chaparral, Calvert pulls up for a long 2. That's off the mark. Salem flies up and grabs the board.
That's a great board by Easton. He kind of just flew up there and just out-jumped everybody.
Dickey with the ball. He'll fly on the left side, and a foul there by Adams. How many is that?
That's 4. Very dumb play by Adams. It's a 1-and-1 for the Raiders. Sent Scott Dickey to the free throw line, but that's Adams' 4th foul with 3 minutes left to go.
That'll come in play, I'm sure, these 2 baskets.
One thing I'd say about the Raiders is that, they're a very, very intelligent basketball team. They don't let their emotions get ahead of them. Chaparral, you're starting to see their emotions kind of kick in. A couple careless fouls, careless baskets.
I think they're just so tired. They haven't come out. They have played 48 minutes. They're going to play 48 minutes.
And exactly, and Regis, they're in great shape.
Yeah.
All of them are just dying. They don't want to get out of this game.
Calvert's covered with sweat. You can tell Adams takes a 3 now. Fighting in the lane for paint. Salem pulls down the board. That's the 4th of the night. Salem, key rebound for the Raybounds. That puts them up by 6. Dickey with it on the left side. Raiders student section jumping up and down. Perkins will fly in the paint and roll that one in for Josh Perkins.
I tell you, go on, Michael.
Chaparral's student section is dead silent right now. The Raiders are up by 8. Ball on the left side with Elliott. He'll drive, kicks it around to Malone. Malone with a 3. That's off the mark. Salem was going for the board. That's off the mark.
Yeah, baby.
And off Calvert. Chaparral's coach yelling there. He'll get a technical foul. Sampson calling them all in. Telling them to relax. We need to take some time here. We need to know what we're doing, all right? We can't get anything done that's going to hurt us.
I'm not sure. They kicked him out of the gym. I mean, he's losing his temper. I tell you, Chaparral not playing smart basketball, Michael. I can understand foul count a little bit out of control, like the JV game, but players look to their coach for control and emotion, and the coach just gets out of the gym. I mean, anything goes.
Wow, that has been a turn of events now, as they're putting both players to their benches here. McPhee and Timmy hustling down there to get out. I think they're going to tell the coach where to go or something. But wow, that was quite a swing from Perkins 2 to the other 2 made by Dickey, and now to the coach being ejected. I believe they'll have 4 free throws.
Something like that. I think it's a double T.
It's going to be very difficult for Chaparral to win this game.
You know, the parent section for Chaparral getting a little bit fired up. I don't blame them. You want to back up your coach and your team, but like I said before, coach lost composure, Michael. I mean, he could have lost them the basketball game right now.
They're going crazy here. Shout out to Alicio Lopez. Looks like he's third row up, about to bring down the bleachers during that. What he's got away, what, 350? I mean, come on. Perkins misses the first. He'll take the second now.
Smooth as silk.
Yeah. The second one rolls in. That gym was silent. Ooh, that one was rolling around on the lip. Raiders up 65-56 now as Perkins takes his second. He'll miss the second.
Legs.
Why is Perkins taking these free throws, Michael?
I think he's the Raiders' best free throw shooter this season. I would argue that. But his legs, he's not using his legs in his shot. A little more bend than that when he knocks that down.
2 for 2, that's not 2 for 4. That's not bad. You'd really kind of like to see him put this game away with 4 free throws.
27 points for Perkins. I'm not sure if that's a career high.
I believe he had 31.
I was about to say, it wouldn't surprise me if he had more than 27. He's a great player.
Sampson gets the inbound, bounces it to Dickey. Dickey slowing it down for the Raiders here, gets it to Perkins on the left side. Perkins drives, and now out to Dickey and out of Sampson. Looks like they're going to slow this one down here. They'll try and get the most out of the clock and then finish with a basket. Dickey loses control, and that's an over and back there on the Raiders.
Raiders up 10, 2:10 left to go. You want to, how can I phrase this? You don't want to give Shap the open 3. You want to contest the 3, don't give him the 2, but you don't want to send him to the free throw line either. But Shap's going to look for that quick 3, and they're going to force it, and you just got to play straight up D against them.
Elliott gets fouled by the body of Perkins. They're not in the bonus yet, so we'll see how that goes.
Raiders need to play smart here. The game is in their hands. I mean, this is like North Carolina, Michael.
Oh, yeah, this is
up by 10, 2 minutes left, and North Carolina didn't play smart basketball here. They didn't knock down their free throws, and let's see if the Raiders can remain their composure.
Well, let's hope for many reasons that we aren't North Carolina, as Elliott gets the pass and buries from three-point line. Wow. Give him the ball. Let him shoot the ball.
I tell you, minute 45, up by 7. You have the ball. I mean, Michael, like you've been saying, you want to drain the clock. You don't want to get a turnover, Michael. That's the last thing the Raiders want to do here. You don't want to turn the ball over, give them a quick, fast break. I mean, preferably, you want to go to the free throw line. You want a high percentage shot.
That cuts the lead to 7. I mean, if that coach wasn't ejected in those double technicals,
this game would be closer. Yeah, you're right. I think that coach gave the game to Regis, and
it's sad. I mean,
it is sad.
He's trying to motivate the team. You could tell. He didn't have much to say after he was thrown out. He just walked out calmly. That's some good sportsmanship there, but the coach really, I mean, disappointing. Dickey inbounding, Chaparral in the full court, man-to-man press. Dickey gets it to Sampson. Sampson bringing it up the court. He spins around and wastes some time. 137. Getting trapped. Dickey is, and that'll go bouncing into the scorer's table. It'll stay with the Raiders, though. I didn't see who that one was off.
Let's just nod our head.
Inbound pass for the Raiders. That'll get it to Malone. He'll steal it away, though.
Don't foul, don't
pass
foul.
Up to Calvert, and Calvert will go in with a quick 2. That's, this game's getting close. 5 points. Raiders up by 5 here. I'm getting nervous. Perkins with it on the left side. Perkins goes
coast to coast, baby.
To coast.
Woo!
Minute 14 left to go. Raiders up by 7. Calvert with it now. He gets it to Elliott. Elliott takes a long 3.
Hits it.
And buries from Reese Elliott. Wow.
Like I said, I mean, Chaparral's not going anywhere. 68, 64, 106 left. I mean, where was he the other 3 quarters, Michael? I mean, suddenly he's come alive and hitting those threes.
He's 4 for 4 from three-point land tonight. He's a pretty quiet guy, but wow, he jumped up and he's been taking the shots. Garbrek finally checking in for the Raiders. That's what I like to see.
Garbrek, very high energy player, very, very smart basketball player. On top of that, good free throw shooter. Actually, great free throw shooter.
This game is
it's close. I mean, Chaparral's don't count Chaparral out.
I don't know how they let Perkins just go down the court like that.
He's, they tell you can get up and down the court in 4 seconds. And Perkins, I'd argue he did it, I say 3.5, maybe less than that. Perkins is very quick laterally, hard to guard, so he can dish it off. Perkins, he's playing a couple years ahead of himself.
This is quite the game, folks. Raiders up by 4. Chaparral student section starting to get a little rowdy. Dickey inbounding here, gets it to Perkins. Perkins brings it up to the court for the Raiders, dribbles around and fouled there by Chaparral.
I'm not sure of the coach's strategy here. I mean, you're sending a very, very good free throw shooter to the line. Regis is up by 4. He makes 1 and 2. Up by 5 with a minute left. I mean, I think they're playing that they're going to come down, hit a quick 3, foul him again. But if Perkins hits both of these shots, that's going to backfire on Chaparral big time.
Thank God Perkins is on the other side of the court as the student section. That would not be so good. All right, Perkins, how many is that for him tonight? 30 points for Josh Perkins. Wow.
Somebody give him a corn dog.
All right. Perkins in and out on the second, and that'll stay 69-65. Minute left to go. That fouling went down for them. That was a good call there by the coach.
Oh, he traveled.
Elliott with it. He'll take a 3-pointer, and Barry there, he walked. He took 3 steps. Perkins gets the inbounding. He takes it around. And a timeout called by the Raiders. He walked, Michael.
He walked, Michael. They missed the call there, but like I said, Perkins wanted to hit the 3. Not to worry yet. Regis is up by 2 with the ball.
Michael,
this is exactly like Duke, North Carolina, but
we don't watch.
I don't want to tell you
Michael,
who won that game.
Carolina is not a good basketball team.
They're a great basketball team. So is Duke, though. But this is tough. This is scary. I mean, we got our headphones on, and it is loud. Let me tell you, I don't want to take them off. Student section's going berserk.
Oh man, this is what it comes down to, folks.
Loud.
This is what high school basketball is all about. The 2 best teams in the state. Raiders up by 2, coming down to the last 43 seconds.
And it's not even playoffs, Michael. I can't imagine what's going to be at the Coliseum.
How can it get any better than this? I don't know.
Front row seat. Gatorade.
I feel like I'd better get Gatorade showered after this game.
I'm going to give you a bath, Michael, if we win.
I'm sweating. All right. Dickey inbounding for the Raiders. He calls a timeout. Great job there by Dickey. Not forcing a pass in.
Raiders, I'm not sure how many timeouts they have left. I would tell you if I knew. They can look for the release, man. They're guarding I mean, the deepest Chaparral had was the three-point line. Easton went deep. He's a quarterback, but yeah, he is a quarterback. If I were the Raiders, I'd design a play for Easton. You know, maybe release Tanner a little deep. Chaparral's guarding really shallow here.
Have Sampson run the post corner, and then we'll just hit Sampson.
There you go.
Easton. Yeah, that's Gator. That's a 5-step drop. It's slide protection to the left. We got the fullback coming to the right. Farthest man on the outside, if anyone knows what I'm talking about.
Or he catches it and dribbles. I mean, simple as that, I guess.
Yeah, it's really all we need to do is waste some time.
I'm curious what Coach Shaw, if he does try that. Chaparral did guard him very shallow.
Oh, boy.
Scott Dickey inbounding the ball.
This is what basketball is all about.
Very careful. You don't want to turn the basketball underneath your own basket. Go deep. Go deep.
Dickey inbound here and a loose ball foul on Chaparral.
Ooh.
That's double bonus.
That's not bad for Chaparral. I think they were going to foul him anyway.
I didn't see that foul, but that better have been quite the foul.
It bites Regis though. They didn't take a second off of the clock. I think Raiders wanted to get a little more time off the clock here. I don't think the score is a problem. It's more the clock.
They fouled Perkins. We'll see if this is some big shots for a sophomore. That's for sure.
Perkins, there you go, baby.
Buries the first.
Let's go, Frenchie.
Makes it 70-67. They're up by 3.
Big free throw here for Josh Perkins. I don't mean to rub it in here, but up by 4 is a completely different ball game.
Perkins buries the second. Clutch free throw shooting. That's what the Raiders program is all about. Calvert picks up the ball. 40 seconds left. 39. Calvert with it on the right side. Draws the double team. Sampson knocks it away. Elliott with it again. I'd guard him. He's got the hot hand. Corbett.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me.
Calvert with it. Hits Salem. No offensive call there. I wouldn't have called the offensive, Michael, to be honest. You can't make a call like that. I don't blame the refs.
I would have gladly tweeted away, Michael. I would have called it an Evan away. That is a load shoe. God, man.
30 seconds left to go. Raiders up 71-67. Calvert with a 1-and-1.
He misses it.
First.
He misses it.
Sampson with the board. Sampson spins around, dribbles, gets it away.
Go, Frenchie, go!
French takes it down the court, spins around, and fouled there by Calvert.
Like I said, Michael French in the right place at the right time.
How do you miss that free throw? Whoa.
He's had a fantastic game. 25 points on the night, and he misses the 1-and-1.
Wow. I didn't expect that from Corey Calvert.
Frenchie at the line now. Let's see. He's missed it. I'm not saying anything.
French misses
you
the
got
first.
It, Frenchie, come on.
71-67, 23 seconds left to go in this game. French, the second one, barely rolls out. Calvert with it now.
Let's get up, don't foul, no
Brings
foul.
Brings it down for the Raiders, gets it to Elliott. Elliott with a long 3. Rebound underneath by Sampson. How did he come up with that one?
It's not over. I mean, Frenchie missed those 2 free throws. Uncharacteristic of him.
13 seconds left to go here. Wow.
Raiders with 2 free throws. You know, Michael, you need to make one. You need to make the first one. The first one's very critical. You miss the first one, second one suddenly becomes a whole lot harder. Oh, man.
This is I expected a game this great on my Friday night, that's for sure. Wow. 13 seconds left to go. Raiders up 71-67. Wow.
13 seconds left.
Yeah. Wow. These student sections going crazy. They're huge. We haven't seen this turnout for a basketball game since, a Rapo game last year, you think?
I think so. I mean, Ranch was crowded.
Yeah.
This is just packed.
The whole left side wasn't filled like it is now.
Yeah, this is the biggest student body I've seen.
And they're
on the baseline, as Justin points out. All right, we got 2 free throws for Tanner Sampson.
Tanner, 2 clutch free throws here. Buries the first. Sampson nearly automatic from the free throw line.
4 for 4 tonight. 21 points on the night.
Sampson, second one rolls out.
10 seconds remaining.
Calvert with the board, brings it down, takes a long three. That's off and rolls out of bounds. That'll be a Raiders ball with 4.9 seconds left to go. Garbrick checks in the game for French.
Good job, Frenchie. I'd go deep. Just go, yeah.
Oh, we got Perkins.
Oh,
in
they
the
go
post.
deep. Oh, give me
Perkins
that.
goes up for it, nearly rolls out of bounds,
And they fouled him.
and he fouled there by Malone.
You know, Michael, my career might be coaching. Just saying. He went deep.
You could be like a Stan Van Gundy, you know, where you coach for a while, then you come in.
I can't do the voice. That is just too tough. I mean, that guy is. I don't think he's a chain smoker, but man, is he struggling with that voice.
He has quite the voice. Nothing like Dick Vitale. He is.
Yeah, that's the guy too. I think they sound similar.
I like Dick. I like
Vitale's-
Dick's voice though. He's got a great.
Vitale's got a good one. Van Gundy, little annoying.
Perkins knocks down both free throws. That puts the Raiders up 74-67. As the Raiders will win this one. Wow! In amazing fashion. The toga party tonight pays off for the Raiders student section. Raiders win 74-67. We'll be back for the post game here in a minute. You're listening to RJ Radio. And we're back at Guy Gibbs Gymnasium for the post-game report. Wow, Michael, that was a thriller. Raiders pull out in stunning fashion, win 74-67. Michael, what have you got for us tonight?
I mean, we could dissect, you know, as a footballer, X's and O's all you want in this game, but the big story, Chaparral coach lost his cool. Players followed suit, careless with the basketball. Regis remaining, you know, a very intelligent basketball team, and I think that's the headline for tonight. Raiders come up with the win, but, you know, it shows, I mean, that's the 13th win we've had in a row since the loss of Arapahoe, and you've seen a lot of, you know, they've grown up a lot since that loss. You know, they're a little bit sloppy, couldn't quite find their identity as a basketball team, if you would say, at the Arapahoe game. Tonight, you saw Tanner and Perkins took over the basketball game pretty much. I mean, great play by Michael French, Ryan Garpick, and the rest of the team, but I tip my hats off to those two. Regis is starting to find out who they are, and a great win by the Raiders, Michael.
Yeah, that's for sure. I agree. That makes it 12 straight for the Raiders. Wow, that is impressive. It looks like we don't have many. The Raiders not with too many people. Too many great teams in the schedule left. We got Littleton, Douglas County, and George Washington. Usually George Washington is a pretty solid team, but we'll see how the competition boils down the rest of the season. Justin, have you got anything as far as stats are concerned?
Well, what you guys have been talking about most of the year is our big three-point guards that we have that really contribute to this team. And tonight you really saw them step up and show them how we have the best point guards in the state of Colorado. Today, Josh Perkins ended with 34 points. Amazing. Went from 6 for 9 from the free throw line, which really helped. Tanner Sampson was next with 21 points, and Scott Diggy with 11 points. A big threat off the bench that came in late out of nowhere was R. Elliott, and who he had 15 points with 5 for 5 from the three-point line. And then Calvert had 25 points tonight, and those 2 critical free throws that he missed really contributed to the loss.
Yeah, I agree, Justin. Thanks. All right, Tommy Raines, have you got anything for us tonight?
Well, like I said, the outcome of this would decide definitely who's getting the momentum into playoffs, and seeing Regis take the win with great fashion over a team that lost its temper. To echo what Michael said with their coach, I mean, that was pretty unbelievable. You don't see that a lot in high school sports, not just basketball, but anywhere. So just losing their cool, I think that's how Regis really took it from them.
And one real quick thing, I'll give a game ball out. I'll give it to Michael French, and he's got 7 boards on the night, most of them offensively. I mean, he seemed to be in the right place at the right time, and might have not showed up on the score sheet so much, but he grabbed the boards, got those loose balls at the end of the game to secure the ball and not force a turnover. So I think game ball to Michael French.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, Michael French, his identity on the court today was defense. I mean, getting all the rebounds, being in the right spot at all times. It was just incredible to see him get those long passes, steal those balls, and just really take over Chaparral when they had the ball.
It doesn't matter if you have 2 points like Michael French did tonight. All it matters is it's a team effort, and they all worked together, and they got this win, which they really needed bad.
Frenchie doing a lot of facilitating for the Raiders offense, that's for sure. All right, well, thank you very much for listening, everyone. The Raiders pull out the win tonight, 74-67, the battle of the guards against Chaparral. Both teams with excellent shooting and excellent play from their guards tonight. All right, well, we'll have to see this matchup. I'm sure we'll see it again sometime.
Yeah, later in the playoffs, they'll meet again. I'm certain of it.
Oh, yeah, that's for sure. All right, well, thank you, everyone, for listening tonight. We'll have Tommy Raines, our producer, upload this right afterwards when he gets home, so you can listen to it on demand if you would like to. Shout out again to Skylar Morris. He's our cameraman. Thank you for that. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for listening tonight. This is Mike and Mike at RJ Live. Thanks for listening.